Hey, it's Jonathan with Acoustic Sounds in Salina, Kansas, and today we're going to be going over the new releases for July 5th, 2024. On Wednesday, we began our 4th of July sale, and this sale is 10% off on in-stock titles, excluding titles from Mobile Fidelity, Analog Productions, and Impex. And the sale will be running through Monday at 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. On Monday, we announced the next two UHQRs up for pre-order from Analog Productions, and those two titles are Bill Evans' Waltz For Debby and Bill Evans' Sunday at the Village Vanguard. And both of these titles are mastered by Kevin Gray from the original Analog Master Tape and will be pressed at Quality Record pressings on 45 RPM 2LP 200 gram Clarity vinyl. And these are strictly limited editions of 5,000 each, and we've already sold about 2/3 of them through pre-order alone. And again, these will be coming out July 19th. And if you want to see a whole unboxing of both of these titles, we put out a video on Monday where Chad goes through a little bit of the history of these two titles and a full unboxing, talks a little bit more about it, and a link to that video will be in the description below. And now we're going to go over the July Acoustic Sound Series titles from the Verve Acoustic Sound Series coming next week on the 12th. Sonny Stitt Blows the Blues. And this is mastered by Bernie Grundman from the original tapes and pressed on 180 gram vinyl at Quality Record pressings. And then coming July 26th from the new Bluesville Acoustic Sound Series, Skip James Today, and this is mastered by Matthew Luthans at the Mastering Lab from the original tape and will also be pressed on 180 gram vinyl at Quality Record pressings. Also coming out on July 26th will be the next two titles from the Analog Productions Pablo Series, and those two titles again are Dizzy Gillespie's Big Four, and Count Basie, Basie Jam. And both of these use parts that were mastered by Doug Sachs from the original Analog Master Tape and will be pressed on 180 gram vinyl at QRP. New from the Blue Note Tone Poet series this week, Wayne Shorter, Odyssey of Iska, and this is mastered by Kevin Gray from the original Analog Master Tape and pressed on 180 gram vinyl at RTI. New from Intervention Records this week, Steelers Wheel self-titled album, also mastered from the original Analog Master Tape by Kevin Gray at Coherent and pressed on 180 gram vinyl at RTI. And new from Mobile Fidelity this week, a numbered limited edition hybrid SACD Van Halen 2, and this was mastered and sourced from the original Analog Master Tape. From Capitol, two titles from the Little River Band, Masterpieces and Ultimate Hits. From Polydor, The Moody Blues, A Question of Balance. From Universal Records, Kiss Destroyer, a limited resurrected edition on translucent orange vinyl. From Legacy, Sia, 1,000 Forms of Fear, a deluxe 10th anniversary limited 2LP edition on natural colored vinyl. From Black Edition's Archives, Charles Gale, Milford Graves, and William Parker, Weibo, a deluxe 3LP set in a tip-on box with pigment ink foil stamping, and the lacquers were cut by Kevin Gray at Coherent Audio, and the vinyl was pressed at RTI. From Grateful Dead Productions, Grateful Dead Reckoning, and Grateful Dead Dead Set, and both of these are 2LP pressings. From Weathermaker Music, Clutch, Slow Hold of China, a limited remastered edition on orange smoked vinyl. From Bella Fleck Productions, Bella Fleck Rhapsody in Blue. From Big Hit Music, August D, D-Day, with an outer box, photo book, lyric book, paper stand, and 2 photo cards. From Universal Music, Various Artists, Tropical. From Mercury Nashville, Billy Currington, Number Ones, Volume 1, a limited edition on translucent tan vinyl. And from Fania Records, Roberto Roena y su Apollo Sound, self-titled album, pressed on 180 gram vinyl and mastered from the original Analog tapes by Kevin Gray. Due to it being a shorter holiday week here for us at Acoustic Sounds, there are not a lot of titles that we have received in yet, and any titles that were missed in this week's video will be in next week's video. And now it's time for an employee pick. And this week's pick comes from our handyman Jack, and his pick was The Eagles' Hotel California. It's really hard to choose a favorite or even just one pick. There are so many fantastic albums out there that I love and that remind me of being wilder in my youth, that it almost seems impossible to narrow it down to any one. I love Joe Walsh and the Eagles, so I picked Hotel California. It is a classic after all. Something else that is difficult to make a decision on is whether I like albums or concerts more. Classic rock is my thing, and I've seen just about every act there was to see in my day, from Bachman-Turner Overdrive to Kiss to ZZ Top. Hell, I had near front row tickets to see the Rolling Stones for like $18. That probably couldn't even pay for your parking now. I love going to shows for many reasons, but I think it's the memories associated with going to them at different points in my life that are most important to me. I remember seeing Pink Floyd on the Wall tour when I was living in Illinois, and I remember seeing Lynyrd Skynyrd in Boulder, Colorado 2 weeks before their plane crash. I'm glad I ended up going to that show. I've kept most, if not all, of the tickets to the shows I've been to throughout my life and keep them all in an old cigar box. Thank you, Jack. Well, that wraps up the new releases here this week at Acoustic Sounds for July 5th, 2024. If you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel and the email newsletter in the footer of our website to stay the most up-to-date on promo codes, new releases, and anything new here at Acoustic Sounds. Thank you.
Please like and subscribe for more audiophile content.